Hello there, in this video we are going to attempt the try it yourself section for while loops with a list. And there are only three problems, so let's start with the first one, 7-8, Delhi. Make a list called sandwich orders and fill it with the names of various sandwiches. Then make an empty list called finished sandwiches. Loop through the list of sandwich orders and print a message for each order, such as I made your tuna sandwich. As each sandwich is made, move it to a list called finished sandwiches. After all the sandwiches have been made, print a message listing each sandwich that was made. Okay, fairly straightforward. So we have a list, sandwich orders, and we have a list called finished sandwiches. Now finished sandwiches is gonna be empty, and in the sandwich orders we can put a few items on our own, such as tuna. Let's do peanut butter, and let's do one cheese. Let's do another, let's say eggs. And we are going to loop through sandwich orders, so while they are not empty, while sandwich orders, and I can get each item from my sandwich orders. Let's do order equal to sandwich orders dot pop. I can print the order. And I can give a message. Making your sandwich. And I can append my order to finished sandwiches dot append order. Now you can use a for loop to print both lists, or you can just print them using a simple print. I'm just gonna use a simple print. So let's use an F string sandwich orders and use an equal sign and do sandwich orders, and let's do finished sandwiches again with an equal sign. Let's run our code. Python while loops.py. Making your egg sandwich, making your cheese sandwich, making your peanut butter sandwich, making your tuna sandwich. Now again, when we pop, we get the last item, which is eggs, and then we got the second last, cheese and peanut butter and tuna, as until we got run out of items, because our condition is while sandwich orders is not empty. Now you might argue that it doesn't make sense to get the last item. Let's say the first person who gave tuna order is at the first one, then second person gave peanut butter order, third person gave cheese order, and finally another person gave eggs order. It would make more sense to serve the person who came first. If that makes more sense to you, then you can get first item using the index 0, right? The person who comes first should wait the least. So now we are getting first item. So now the tuna sandwich will be made first, and then peanut butter, cheese, and eggs. And this is how our list look like in the end. Let's look at exercise 7-9. No pastorami. Using the list sandwich orders from exercise 7-8, make sure the sandwich pastorami appears in the list at least 3 times. Add quote near the beginning of your program to print a message saying that the deli has run out of pastorami, and then use a while loop to remove all occurrences of pastorami from sandwich orders. Okay, so the problem is saying add some pastorami multiple times in your list. So let's do pastorami here, and let's do it once after peanut butter, and let's do it, let me break my list into multiple lines, and let's do one after eggs. Now before serving the orders, we need to remove all the pastorami sandwich orders. So first we say let's say Delhi has run out of pastorami, removing all pastorami orders. Now if you don't remove them, it will say making your pastorami sandwich multiple times. We don't want that. We want to remove all of them. So it's quite straightforward. We can do while pastorami and sandwich orders dot remove pastorami. Now the first while loop will remove all pastorami orders, and now if you want, you can add another print to show we removed all pastorami orders, and then you can make your normal orders. Now let's run our code and show you while loops.py. Delhi has run out of pastorami, removing all pastorami orders. We removed all pastorami orders. Now making your tuna, peanut butter, cheese, egg sandwich, and finally that's how our list looks like. Very good. Now let's look at the last one, quite straightforward, 7-10. Dream vacation. Make a program that polls users about their vacation dream. Write a prompt similar to if you could visit one place in the world, where would you go? Include a block of code that prints the results of the poll. Now this exercise is extremely similar to the one in the example. As a matter of fact, all of them are similar. We are not learning anything new. We are just removing these examples. First we did this example, then we did this one. Now we are going to do this example. So nothing new. So we are creating a dictionary called vacations, and we are gonna add items to it. So let's say name, or instead of a dictionary, let's think about it. It doesn't really ask the name, or should we ask the name? Well, it's up to you. If you want to ask the name, you can, or if you don't, you could just use a dictionary. You can even use a list. In this case, let's try a list. While true, let's say response equal to input, where would you want to go? Now I can append the response to my vacations, and if the response is quit, if response is equal to quit, or another thing you can do, if response is equals to an empty string, then you can break. That's another way of breaking out of our loop. And now we can just run our for loop and print each item from the vacations list. For item in vacations, you can just print item. Here, let's give it a heading, a nice heading. Poll results, and a bunch of more hyphens. Let's go to our console and run our code. Where would you want to go? Let's say Tokyo, Osaka, and let's give it an empty string. So I'm just gonna hit enter, and it gives me poll results. So I guess this is it for this video. Try it yourself, and we are done with chapter 7. In the next one, we are gonna talk about functions. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.